The 20-Minute War. The story opens with Captain Alex Morgan sitting in the Earth Defense Command Center, watching routine space traffic on the monitors. It's a quiet Tuesday morning when the sensors suddenly light up with massive energy signatures. Hundreds of alien ships drop out of hyperspace near Earth's moon. The aliens, calling themselves the Vorthan Empire, send a single message: surrender your planet. You have one rotation to comply, but they don't wait. Within minutes, their ships begin firing plasma beams at major cities. New York, London, Tokyo, and Moscow take direct hits. Admiral Kate Stone, Earth's defense chief, orders all available ships to intercept. Humanity's small fleet of 30 ships launches from lunar bases and orbital stations. The human ships are outgunned and outnumbered 10-1. The battle is brutal and quick. Human pilots like Commander Tom Blake and Lieutenant Lisa Park fight desperately, but their weapons barely scratch the alien hulls. The Vorthan ships have energy shields that absorb most human attacks. Just when it seems hopeless, something unexpected happens. Dr. James Wright, a scientist at the Lunar Research Station, notices strange readings from the alien ships. Their shields are powered by quantum generators that create a specific frequency pattern. Wright quickly calculates a resonance frequency that could disrupt their shields. He broadcasts the frequency to all human ships. Captain Morgan's ship, the Defiant, is the first to test it. When they fire at the calculated frequency, the alien ship's shields collapse completely. The tide turns instantly. Human ships begin targeting the shield generators with the new frequency. One by one, Vorthan ships explode as their own power cores overload. The aliens, shocked by this sudden reversal, retreat back to hyperspace. The entire invasion lasts exactly 20 minutes. Earth counts its losses. 3 million dead, several cities damaged, but the planet is free. The human commanders gather in the war room, studying the alien technology left behind. Admiral Stone looks at the wreckage data and makes a decision that will change history. They came here thinking we were weak, she says. They were wrong. Now we're going to show them what humanity really is. 3 months after the invasion, Earth has transformed into a military powerhouse. Every nation has united under the Earth Defense Alliance. Factories that once made cars now build starships. Scientists work around the clock to reverse engineer. Alien technology. Dr. Wright leads a team studying the captured Vorthan ships. They discover that the aliens use a galactic network called the quantum web for communication and travel. More importantly, they find star charts showing the location of Vorthan worlds. Captain Morgan, now promoted to colonel, oversees the construction of humanity's first war fleet. The new ships combine human engineering with alien technology. They're faster, stronger, and deadlier than anything humanity has ever built. The breakthrough comes when engineer Mike Davis figures out how to build human versions of the alien hyperspace drives. These aren't just copies. They're improvements. Human drives can jump farther and faster than Vorthan technology. Meanwhile, President Anna White addresses the United Nations. She announces Operation Starfall, humanity's plan to take the war to the aliens. The room erupts in debate. Some argue for defense, others for diplomacy. But Admiral Stone presents the intelligence reports that the Vorthan Empire has been expanding for centuries, destroying dozens of civilizations. They see other species as either slaves or obstacles. Earth was just another target in their conquest. If humanity doesn't strike first, the aliens will return with a larger fleet. Dr. Wright makes another discovery. The Vorthan ships contained records of their military structure. The Empire is ruled by War Commander Thane from the fortress world of Vorthan Prime. Their fleet is spread across 50 star systems. Believing no primitive species would dare challenge them, Colonel Morgan volunteers to lead the first strike. Team. His crew includes Lieutenant Park, now a squadron leader, and Commander Blake, who has become an expert in alien technology. They train with the new ships, learning to use weapons that fire compressed, dark matter and shields that bend space-time. The human fleet grows to 300 ships in just 6 months. Each vessel carries a crew trained in zero-gravity combat. And alien ship tactics. They've learned to fight dirty, using Earth's military history of guerrilla warfare and surprise attacks. As the fleet prepares to launch, Earth receives another message from the Vorthan Empire. War Commander Thane appears on screens worldwide, his reptilian features twisted in anger. "You destroyed our advance fleet," he hisses. "For this crime, your world will burn. We come with the fury of 1,000 suns." Admiral Stone responds with, "Humanity's first galactic broadcast. You came to our world. You killed our people. You made one mistake. You left survivors. Now we're coming for you." The human fleet jumps into hyperspace for the first time, targeting the Vorthan outpost system of Kepler 442. Colonel Morgan leads the assault with 50 ships, while the main fleet waits in reserve. The Vorthan outpost has 20 ships guarding. A mining operation on 3 planets. The aliens are completely unprepared for a human attack. Their sensors detect the human fleet only seconds before the attack begins. Commander Blake leads the fighter squadrons in a precision strike against the orbital defense platforms. Human ships use their superior speed to dart between the alien vessels, targeting weak points Dr. Wright's team identified. The battle is over in 30 minutes. Every Vorthan ship is destroyed, and the mining colonies surrender. Colonel Morgan's team captures thousands of aliens and their complete database of military intelligence. From the captured data, they learn the full scope of the Vorthan Empire. 500 worlds, billions of soldiers, and a fleet of over 10,000 ships. The Empire has been conquering for so long, they've forgotten how to fight a real war. The human fleet moves to the next target, the industrial world of Zarian. This planet builds Vorthan warships and has a defense fleet of 100 vessels. Admiral Stone decides to test humanity's new weapons. The attack on Zarian becomes a masterclass in human warfare. The fleet splits into 3 groups, attacking from different directions. They use the planet's own moons as cover, hiding behind them until the last moment. Captain Emily Ross, Morgan's second in command, leads a stealth group that infiltrates the planet's orbital shipyards. They plant explosives on half-built warships, destroying the Empire's ship production for months. The Vorthan defenders fight desperately, but human tactics are too unpredictable. Earth's military history includes thousands of years of warfare, while the Vorthans have only known easy conquests. The aliens can't adapt to humanity's changing strategies. Within 6 hours, Zarian falls. The human fleet captures the planet's government and military command. From interrogations, they learn that War Commander Thane is gathering the main fleet at Vorthan Prime. Dr. Wright analyzes the captured ships and makes a disturbing discovery. The Vorthans have been using slave labor from conquered worlds to build their empire. Millions of beings from dozens of species work in their factories and mines. Colonel Morgan proposes a new strategy. Instead of just defeating the Vorthan military, they should liberate the slave worlds. This would turn the Empire's own subjects against them and create allies for humanity. The plan is approved, and the human fleet divides into strike teams. Each team targets a different slave world, offering freedom in exchange for cooperation. The response is immediate and overwhelming. Planet after planet rises in rebellion as human ships arrive. The Vorthan Empire, built on oppression and fear, begins to crumble from within. Their garrison forces are overwhelmed by revolting slaves. Supported by human weapons and tactics, news of the rebellions spreads through the quantum web. War Commander Thane realizes that the primitive humans have turned his own empire against him. He sends a message to all Vorthan forces. Destroy the human ships at any cost. Show no mercy. War Commander Thane assembles the largest fleet in Vorthan history. 3,000 ships converging on the Altair system, where human forces are liberating another slave world. The aliens plan to destroy the human fleet and make an example. That will stop the rebellions. Admiral Stone sees the trap, but decides to spring it. The human fleet now numbers 800 ships, reinforced by vessels from liberated worlds. More importantly, they have allies who know Vorthan tactics and weaknesses. The Battle of Altair becomes the largest space battle in galactic history. Thane's fleet attacks in the traditional Vorthan formation, a massive wall of ships firing in unison. But Colonel Morgan has prepared a surprise. The human fleet doesn't meet them head-on. Instead, they scatter into small groups, using hit-and-run tactics. Commander Blake leads fighter squadrons through the Vorthan formation, targeting command. Ships and communication arrays. The aliens find themselves fighting dozens of small battles instead of one large one. Their commanders can't coordinate attacks, and their ships begin firing on each other. In the confusion, Captain Ross discovers that the Vorthan fleet has a weakness. Their ships are all networked together through the quantum web. Dr. Wright creates a virus that spreads through their network, causing system failures across the entire fleet. As Vorthan ships begin exploding from internal malfunctions, the liberated species join the battle. Ships from 12 different worlds attack the Empire forces with desperate fury, seeking revenge for centuries of oppression. Thane realizes he's losing and orders a retreat to Vorthan Prime. But the human fleet doesn't let him escape. They pursue the broken Vorthan forces across 3-star systems, destroying ships that fall behind. The retreating Vorthans find no sanctuary. Every world they approach has either rebelled or refuses to help. The empire that once controlled 500 worlds now holds only their home system. Admiral Stone addresses the liberated worlds through the quantum web. She announces the formation of the Galactic Freedom Alliance, a coalition of species united against oppression. Humanity will help rebuild the destroyed worlds and defend against future threats. The response is overwhelming. Hundreds of worlds join the alliance, offering their resources and knowledge. The galaxy, once divided by the Vorthan Empire, begins to unite under human leadership. Dr. Wright makes another breakthrough studying captured Vorthan technology. He discovers that the Empire has been suppressing scientific advancement on conquered worlds, keeping them dependent on Vorthan technology. Without this suppression, the liberated species begin developing new weapons and defenses. Colonel Morgan prepares for the final assault on Vorthan Prime. Intelligence reports show that Thane has fortified the home world with massive defense platforms and the remaining fleet of 2,000 ships. The planet itself is a fortress, with underground cities and planetary shields. The human fleet, now supported by allies from across the galaxy, prepares for the ultimate test. They have proven that humanity can fight and win, but Vorthan Prime will be their greatest challenge. As the combined fleet approaches the Vorthan home system, they receive a final message from War Commander Thane. "You may have destroyed my empire," he says, "but you will not survive this day. Vorthan Prime will be your grave." Admiral Stone responds with humanity's answer. "We didn't come here to conquer. We came here to end your threat forever." Today, the galaxy becomes free. The final battle begins at the edge of the Vorthan home system. Thane's remaining fleet, 2,000 ships, forms a defensive wall around Vorthan Prime. The planet itself bristles with weapons and energy shields that could vaporize entire fleets. Admiral Stone commands the largest armada in Galactic history. 800 human ships fight alongside vessels from 50 liberated worlds. The combined fleet represents every species the Vorthan Empire once oppressed. The battle strategy is purely human. Instead of a direct assault, the alliance Fleet attacks in waves, each one designed to weaken specific defenses. Commander Blake leads the first wave, targeting the outer defense platforms with precision strikes. The liberated species prove their worth in combat. Ships from the aquatic Cetans use their advanced sensors to find weaknesses in Vorthan shields. The insectoid hive provides swarm fighters that overwhelm enemy defenses through sheer numbers. Dr. Wright unveils humanity's final weapon, a quantum disruptor that can destabilize the planetary shields. The device requires precise positioning and timing, making it incredibly dangerous to deploy. Colonel Morgan volunteers for the suicide mission to deliver the disruptor. His ship, the Defiant, must penetrate the planetary defenses and reach the shield generator. The mission has almost no chance of success. As Morgan's ship dives toward the planet, the entire galaxy watches through the quantum web. The battle has become a symbol of freedom versus oppression, hope versus despair. The Defiant fights through waves of defenders, taking massive damage. Captain Ross's ship joins the attack, clearing a path through the orbital fortresses. One by one, human ships sacrifice themselves to protect Morgan's mission. War Commander Thane personally leads the final defense, commanding a massive dreadnought that emerges from the planet's surface. The ship is larger than anything in the human fleet, armed with weapons that can destroy entire squadrons. The final duel between Morgan and Thane becomes legend. The two ships circle each other in a deadly dance, trading devastating blows. Morgan's ship is smaller but faster, using human tactics to stay alive against superior firepower. At the crucial moment, Morgan activates the quantum disruptor. The device tears through spacetime itself, reaching the planetary shield generator. The massive energy field that protects Vorthan Prime begins to collapse. The planet's shields fail just as the Alliance fleet launches its final assault. Thousands of ships converge on the homeworld, targeting military installations and government centers. The Vorthan Empire's capital burns under the combined firepower of its former victims. Thane's dreadnought, damaged beyond repair, crashes into the planet's surface. The War Commander's final transmission echoes across the galaxy. You have won, humans. But beware, there are others in the dark between stars. Others who will see your strength and seek to test it. The battle for Vorthan Prime ends with complete victory for the Alliance. The Vorthan Empire, which had ruled for centuries, falls in a single day. The galaxy celebrates as news of the victory spreads through the quantum web. Admiral Stone stands on the bridge of her flagship, watching the liberation of billions of beings. But she remembers Thane's warning about other threats in the darkness. Humanity has proven itself in battle, but this may be only the beginning. The story ends with the formation of the Galactic Defense Council, headquartered on Earth. Colonel Morgan, now promoted to general, leads the new organization. The liberated worlds contribute their knowledge and resources to build a fleet that can protect the galaxy from future threats. Dr. Wright continues his research, studying technologies from dozens of species. He discovers that the galaxy contains ancient ruins and abandoned worlds, suggesting that the Vorthan Empire was not the first to attempt galactic conquest. The final scene shows Earth as it appears now, a fortress world surrounded by massive space stations and defensive platforms. Children play in parks built on the ruins of the old world, while overhead, human ships patrol the skies. Humanity has become the guardian of the galaxy, protector of the weak, and defender of freedom. The species that was once considered primitive by the Vorthans now stands as the hope of countless worlds. The stars themselves seem different now, not cold and distant, but warm with the promise of adventure and discovery. And somewhere in the darkness between galaxies, other powers watch and wait, knowing that humanity has announced its presence to the universe. The 20-minute invasion that was meant to destroy Earth has instead awakened a sleeping giant. The galaxy will never be the same. Asterisk.